sorry. Sorry, we're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody! Come on! Snoop! Snoop-a-loop! Snoop!
And welcome back to the Thunder Rooster Podcast. My name is Ron.
And I'm Paul.
And Paul, we're having a great episode today because this is one of my all-time favorite movies. And that would be Old School. I don't even know if a lot of people remember this, but it's from 2003. I was a junior in high school that year.
And I was a junior in college.
Old fart.
Pretty much. I fit in real nice with this movie.
But yeah. How's everything going with you, man?
Things have been good. How's your week been?
It's been interesting.
Do tell.
I had a couple doctor's appointments this week. I'm not a big fan of going to the hospital that much, even for like
most men are not. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, nothing's wrong, so why am I going?
Because your wife wanted you to.
But no, this was pretty epic. Okay, so I've been on this like weight loss challenge thing, as you know, but I'll let the audience know. I've been on this weight loss challenge, and I lost like 30 pounds, somewhere around that, in a span of like 6 weeks. And
it's really good. So
at the end of it, I won the weight loss challenge that we did. And to celebrate, I decided to put on a few more pounds. So I was eating stuff.
So you ate all your progress.
Yeah, like I was just eating stuff that I couldn't eat while I was doing the weight loss. And so I got down to 284. And for reference, I'm 6'5", so I'm a big guy. But I got down to 284. And when I went into my appointment on Tuesday, it was for an orthopedic visit, and they weighed me there, and I was 295. And I was like, yeah, that's a good bit of junk food right there,
right?
But we ended up my wife had all the family and stuff over for pumpkin carving that we do every Halloween, and so she made this tortellini bake, which as you know, you love it. It's basically it's lasagna, but instead of using lasagna noodles, you use the tortellini with like the noodles with like stuffed cheese in it and stuff like that. It's phenomenal. So I pigged out on that. Of course, I had like 3 plates full of this shit, and then the next day at lunch, I had it again.
Just can't get enough.
Well, that next day after lunch, I had another doctor's appointment for a wellness visit. So I go in there, I get on the scale, and it says 301. And I was like, what? And then it just registered in me why. I was like, oh, I know where that came from.
What did you eat? Right? Mm-hmm.
But here's the funny thing. Okay, so that was yesterday.
Right.
I woke up this morning because we started up the new weight loss challenge. We're doing another 6 weeks. And I've got to defend my throne, so so I step on the scale to report the weight for this week, and I'm back at 295. And I was like, okay, I don't know how I just lost 6 pounds overnight, but okay, cool. And I was like, I haven't even taken a shit this morning yet. So I was like, before we report this number, I was telling my wife, let's not report that yet. I'm going to wait until after I take a shit. And so I did wait, and then, I went, and then I stepped on the scale again, 292. I took a 3-pound shit, Paul. I was so like, what? Is that even possible? It didn't even seem like that.
You're just full of it.
Apparently
you were full of it.
That's why the family gets me stuff like this.
Well, I gotta say, I'm just happy everything came out okay.
And it did. Speaking of
so now you should be feeling really good to do today's show.
Right? Yeah. I'm all
a little lighter, a little looser.
I'm feeling good.
Good. Feeling good. Feel the burn.
Feeling good. Oh, God. All right, let's get into it.
You want to go into it?
Let's get into it.
So this is one of your favorites, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been like one of my all-time favorite movies since it came out.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm a big fan. Can't say it's a favorite, but like it's a great movie.
It is.
Of course, I own it. Yes. So, yeah. Why don't you fill us in?
Okay, so old school. We'll get into the actors and stuff, but I'll give you like a basic rundown of like the plot of the movie. So I have it written down here. I didn't think I'd be able to remember everything. So Old School is a comedy about a trio of 30-something buddies who try to recapture the outrageous and irresponsible fun of their college years by starting their own off-campus fraternity. A little more to that, but that's the gist of the movie. But
weren't you in a fraternity?
Yes. It was
Was your fraternity kind of like theirs?
No. I mean, to a point.
Okay.
Mine was more of it was a music fraternity.
Oh, music people party too.
The KK Psi. What up?
What up? What up? I got no affiliation,
but yeah.
Did you enjoy fraternity life?
Honestly, didn't do it very long. It was
a short period of time.
Well, I mean, I only went to college for about 4 semesters and then dropped out to start touring. So
right.
Yeah. Interesting enough, I met my wife shortly after.
There you go.
So,
all good things happen for a reason.
Yeah. It's weird.
But did you have nothing weird about that? I mean,
yeah, the paddling stuff.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Okay.
All the weird
activity.
Yeah, that stuff happened.
Right. Yeah. So you can relate.
We had some fun times. Yeah, we had the music fraternity was weird because I mean it is a fraternity, but women were allowed in it as well. So there was a lot of mixed activities that I honestly thought it was funner having women in the fraternity. So
can't complain on that.
I mean, there were some things and be like, this would never happen in an all male fraternity, but at the same time, there was a lot of good stuff too.
Of course, you got to take good with bad. Yeah.
Did you ever?
I did not. No, I actually, I was friends with a couple buddies of mine at school, and I was around them a lot of the time. And actually, my friend who was the president of his fraternity chapter, like honestly, he like offered me my pledge without even trying to do anything. I said I can't do that.
Yeah.
I go, there's a code of conduct there. He's like, screw that. I'll just put you in. I go, no. I go, you got other guys trying to rush and whatnot. I'm like, I really appreciate it. I'm like, but if I'm coming over, what the hell do I have to join?
Yeah, the president of our chapter, he was my big. He took me. It was like an immediate thing. He took me under his wing. It was like, you don't have to worry about it. You're in already. Like, you got this. It's like, all right.
So the fraternity life was good for Ron.
It was. Cool. I don't think I actually had to pay for anything that entire time. Well, I paid for a little bit of things because you had your dues and stuff, but like for the majority of stuff, like they had me. It was good because I was broke as a joke back then.
Such as all college kids.
Right.
But yeah, so that's your plot. But I mean, we have the one thing that is really unique with this movie, and it's the truth, is just that there is such a great cast. Oh. And we do want to take the time to, let everyone know about who's in this film because they're just from all walks of life, like a lot of good.
Yeah, let's first get this out of the way. This is a Todd Phillips movie.
Yes.
This is like his probably second best known. Well, I'm not going to say best known, but it was his second comedy that was a hit. Because the one before that was Road Trip. And you remember that. It had Tom Green.
Of course I do.
It was great. But yeah, he did. He co-wrote the movie as well as directed. They had executive producers of the movie that were actually from the lines of like Animal House.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Another classic.
I mean, it was a good coming together of minds, that's for sure.
Of course.
But yeah, we have our I guess our main character, Mitch. He's played
Mitch
by
Martin.
Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson, yeah.
I would say he's probably most famous for either this movie or I'd have to say Idiocracy is probably either right above that or right under it. Another great movie I'm sure we will do. But followed up with...
Then there's Frank Ricard.
Frank the Tank.
None other than the almighty Will Ferrell.
Yes, sir. God, I love that guy.
He was born to play this role.
It's so weird. Like, he's coming up with stuff now. Like, his last couple of movies have been kind of... I can't say the last one. It's like Eurovision or something on Netflix. I haven't watched that yet, so I can't comment on that. But it seems like it's like taming down, I guess. You know, maybe he's trying to connect more with the millennials nowadays. But
gotta reinvent.
Yeah, you definitely have to try new things. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's like,
not at all.
It's not that fire. I remember, you know, because he was hilarious, like in this movie especially, and he's a supporting actor in this movie. So
then you got Beanie Campbell,
Vince Vaughn, my man.
This man just bleeds positivity. That guy.
Oh yeah, the charisma.
Like
of this guy.
just everything he's in, from Swingers.
That was
another favorite one of mine.
Movie.
From Swingers to
Your money, baby.
He's so money you don't even know it. And he's so young and whatever, but it's just like he's incredible in that. But he's so much fun in this movie.
You know, when I rewatched that, I could not believe how thin he was.
Yeah.
Like it was weird seeing him like that.
Same with John. Is it Favreau?
Yeah, and Swingers.
I always
John
feel like
Favreau.
Okay. Yeah. They're just both like little kids in this movie.
Right,
like
yeah,
they were just like probably not even 2021 or whatever. But
no, I think Vince Vaughn, he's like 15 years
don't quote me on
older
that,
than me.
Okay.
So I think around this time he had to have been probably 27, 28.
Sure.
I think when they made this movie.
And then,
but still, then it's like he's so freaking skinny. It's crazy. I mean, I can look at myself from high school and be like, "Oh my god, no,
look at me, Vince Vaughn.
I'm so skinny.
I'm so skinny." Then we got Jeremy Piven, and he plays Dean Pritchard, or we call him Gordon Pritchard. Cheese.
Didn't we lock you in a dumpster one time? I got out.
And then we have.
He's also most notably known for Entourage as well
The
as
Goods.
That will be another movie we will do for sure. The Goods, Live Hard, Sell Hard.
What's that other movie? Is it I can't even think of this. It's a college movie. Comedy. No, I mean it's a comedy movie. I don't know if it was someone will probably call me out for this. I just can't think of it. It's not PC. I don't even remember.
It's all right.
Anyway, moving along. So, and then we have Nicole being played by Ellen Pompeo, and she's very famous for Grey's Anatomy. Right. She's been on a lot of years. She's a good actress, love interest for Luke Wilson's character.
And then you have the alternate side of that, which is his ex love interest, Heidi, played by the lovely Juliette Lewis.
She's one of my favorites. She's just she just bleeds charisma. She is just, I mean, Natural Born Killers. I mean,
yeah.
National Lampoon's Christmas. I mean, we go all day. But
yeah, she's a powerhouse too. Have you heard her band?
Yeah, I have actually. Oh. She's good. She's a great musician.
Now, she's definitely acting in this movie for sure. Because she is not like this at all.
She is not a hoe.
Not only is she beautiful, she is just talented.
She's great.
Yeah, I mean, just even like other stuff she's played in. It's just,
and then from that point, then we also have Lara being played from Leah Remini.
Oh yeah,
another great one.
King of Queens.
Yes,
being her most famous role.
Saved by the Bell.
Oh really? I didn't know.
You don't know about that?
I did not know that.
What? So yeah, she was on the I don't know. It was like, I forget what it was called, but it was like during like Zach. All the guys were, I think, working at a hotel, and her father.
Oh, was this like the summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was in there too. That was the first introduction.
Gotcha.
You know, but she was in a lot of things, and you know, obviously, a lot of people also know her from, you know, her crusade against Scientology, and she's been very, very, very good for the community to help that out, because that just needs to be stopped.
Yeah.
But moving along, then we also have the great talented Elijah Cuthbert.
Yes.
Ron smiles real quick on that one.
It just takes me back to the days.
Who's played by Darcy as her character.
The red-blooded American teen of myself, you know, seeing that. It's like, oh, so hot.
Then we get a little, it's a small scene, but Sean William Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Is Pepper's
Mr. Stifler himself.
The animal control guy.
You got a fucking dart in your neck.
Right. And then, of course,
that shit's not cool.
And they're in smaller parts, but of course, it's just good to know because they're great actors. Matt Walsh, he's one of the he plays
Walsh.
That's the funny thing. His last name is Walsh, and he's playing Walsh. But he works in the office with Mitch, and obviously he gets word about how this fraternity is going down. And so not only that Matt Walsh is in Veep, and I highly suggest you watch this show because you will wet your pants. It's so damn funny. It tells you really how politics works in America.
Oh, okay.
But then you have Artie Lang.
Oh, yeah.
Artie Lang, the great Artie Lang is Booker.
Right.
That's what always got me because I was a big Howard Stern fan growing
up. I like
it
how they were like a low-key like comedy duo in the background.
Yeah, they were just
especially the last scene where they're at the fraternity house that they got moving into. Are you goading?
Right?
No.
No,
something else too is like little characters that you don't expect. Rob Corddry doesn't say a word in the film. Yeah. But he is obviously like, he's like that main stereotype of like a middle-aged guy because his hair is receding. He's got that little patch right up front, which is hilarious. And he used that to his advantage. But like, he's like his face. He's the face of the fraternity, I want to say, because he's always there. Doesn't say a fucking word.
Nope.
It's funny.
Right? I mean, he's like Hot Tub Time Machine. He's on Ballers. I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff. He is a funny guy. And
he's hilarious.
Not one peep of anything out of him. Just cold stare downs.
But there's another part in the movie is really cool, but it's another kind of a small role, but he's a pretty big guy right now. Brian Callen. Your money is no good here.
For you, Godfather?
Anything for the Godfather.
Anything for you. Yeah. You are in the presence of the Godfather. Your money no good. He's like, stop. Love his character.
I love watching movies that, you know, some time's gone by and you'll see a bunch of faces that like, oh, they're really big actors now or something like that. So.
And then you still get some B actors. Andy Dick.
Yeah.
Can't believe he was so gung-ho to play an instructor.
I think he was completely fine to play that. He was. I love how he's sitting there. It's like, it's okay to use a little teeth. And he's sitting there just shredding carrot with his teeth. But you don't want to be a biter. You
know what I mean? It's just like, oh my God. And of course, the excitement is getting to see Snoop Dogg.
Oh, yeah.
With Warren G and Bishop, the Don Magic one. It's like, don't touch his hat.
Right.
Don't ever touch his hat or you will get hurt.
It's cool. Just bring your green hat.
Just bring your hat. Yeah.
All right.
So there were a lot of people in this movie. Obviously, in our opinions, and I'll say in mine, I'm like, every person that was in this movie fit the bill.
Yeah.
Even if their part was small, they were a contributing factor to this movie because it just goes great.
Yeah. Todd Phillips said in one of the kind of like, I want to say deleted scenes, but it was one of the extra scenes and stuff. He was saying like every person that got cast in there was cast like 100 times, like trying to find the right person. But yeah, we'll get more into this movie when we come back from this short commercial break.
True love is hard to find. Sometimes you think you have true love and then you catch the early flight home from San Diego and a couple of nude people jump out of your bathroom blindfolded like a goddamn magic show ready to double team your girlfriend, and it stops
right there and it continues right here because I think what my friend Mitch is trying to say is that true love is blind.
Dude, I had that engraved in my memory because of the fact that like I would go to sleep to that movie all the time, so I'd wake up in the middle of the night and it'd be on the
it'll go right screen. Back on the main menu. Same here, and I just hear that playing. I'm like, oh my gosh! I have done that many times. I will say, yeah.
So yeah,
pecking order time.
Yes, indeed.
Pecking order.
Would you like to go first?
Sure, I would love to go first.
All right.
All right. Number 5. Again, I actually did have a bunch of honorable mentions, but I could have. But just for the sake of it, my number 5 moment of the movie is where Frank is at the party at Mitchellpalooza.
Mm-hmm.
He says he's just going to take one. That one turns into a whole lot of fun. But before he gets egged on with the peer pressure, he's just like, look, guys, I'm married. I got things going on. I don't know if I can do this tonight because I got to go to Home Depot. Maybe do some drywalling and maybe hit up Home Depot. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time. And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you, old man? Drink the beer.
He's like, got a busy Saturday. He's like, yo, man, like doing what? He's like, it was gonna be a nice little Saturday. You know, I'm gonna go to Bed Bath & Beyond, and I think we're gonna go to Home Depot. I don't know if I have enough time.
Yep, because that is pretty much true to get married. Yep. What's your 5?
My number 5 is something that sticks with me because it's a repeating thing in a lot of Todd Phillips movies. But The Wedding Singer.
Oh yes.
That dude, I mean, it's just subtle stuff in it. He just adds some F-bombs and some songs, but
just like when he was
I need you now,
just like when he was in The Hangover. Oh my god, yeah.
I fucking need you.
Dude,
more
so awesome.
than ever.
I wish I go to like a wedding where there's actually a wedding singer like that.
I'd love to.
I just want to see someone just like literally just let loose like that guy.
I would love to.
You know,
that, yeah.
then watch Game over in the corner going, he is just too much.
That would be my mother too. Just be like,
dirty old man, get him out.
oh yeah,
that's cool. Number 4 is after Frank has already had that one drink or two. And then Snoop Dogg's performing, and then all of a sudden Will Ferrell comes up there and he goes, "Hey everyone, we're going drinking! We're going through the quad and into the gymnasium." And they're all looking at him all like, this freaking old hairy ass dude.
Oh, you can see the looks on people's faces too. You're like, ew. And then of course he drops the mic and bends over, and everybody's like, "Oh!"
But of course he's like, we're going. And then of course, you know, his wife and her, you know, a couple friends were going to do their girls' night thing. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they're like, I don't know where they're going at this point. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, who is that freaking guy running on the road?
Yeah.
Look at him. What a mess.
Frank?
Then his wife's slowing down. They're like, why are you slowing down?
Hey.
She's
What
like,
the hell
Frank?
are you doing?
We're
Oh my
streaking. We're going up through the quad.
And then actually when he gets in the car, that's when I die. Because that...
Hey honey,
goes,
do you think KFC's still open?
Right?
Get in the car.
Everybody's
But he
doing
sits there. He's like, I gotta go. And he totally turns and she's like, oh,
Yeah, ass in first as he's getting in the car.
I freaking love it.
And Leah Remini's character is like,
yeah, a little bit cold
out there. Isn't
How you
it?
doing, Frank? What's your 4?
My number 4 would be what I guess I titled the pledge block, where they're sitting on the edge with the cinder blocks with a rope tied to their penis. And Will Ferrell's like, do you trust I provided you enough rope so that your block would safely hit the ground?
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Oh, that was great. And of course, Quincy goes straight to the sewer cap thing or whatever and just ends up getting pulled off from the ground.
Dude, that was so
And
bad.
Beatty's like, it's okay, Quincy. Walk it off. Walk it off,
Fuck
big
you.
guy.
You walk it off.
Right.
Oh my god. Number 3, and again, we didn't even talk much about this, but there's a lot of humor involved with the son of Vince Vaughn in this movie.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't say much, his name's Little Max, and the whole scene that comes to fruition is they're in the kitchen. They're talking about how they want to plan like these parties in the future so everyone will get excited, and
Basically how they
So
turn
I'm
this house
sorry.
into a fucking
But
ass
to it.
house.
Yeah, pretty much. But he's just like, look, he's like,
I don't know why you got to do it.
Mitch, I can say anything to you. I just tell. He goes, Max, earmuffs.
to him.
He's like, I can say shit, cock, balls.
whatever you want. Cock,
Literally.
balls. Okay, I'm just proving a point.
Right.
And I mean, that is just hysterical. He's like, he's like, earmuffs. He's like, we're going to get so much ass in this house. It's going to be like boy band ass.
Right.
And the boy's not hearing a thing. I mean, it's fucking hilarious.
He's like, and Mitch is like, I don't know if I can fucking deal with this right now. He's like, I don't understand. I don't understand why you do that in front of the kids. All you got to say is earmuffs. And he's like, you say shit, cock, balls.
and then Will Ferrell's like, balls.
Right. It's like, thanks, Frank. I think
Yeah, we got that covered. What do you got for 3?
Basically Blue. The character
Yeah.
Blue, just the whole thing in the movie, of course, you're my boy, Blue, And then, of course, when they're running, doing their little chant thing, he was just like, I've been laid more times than God. Got 6 kids in Lambo.
He's making him doing push-ups at
Right.
the birthday party.
Sir, sorry. Drop
There's
down
no
and you
ice in my lemonade. Give me 10. Yes, sir. But no, of course, he dies in the movie, but
Yeah.
when Will Ferrell's singing Dust in the Wind, it's so sad and emotional in the scene, but I'm cracking up laughing because Will Ferrell's just playing the part, you know, and his voice is cracking.
Before he cracks at the end, it's not bad.
Right, exactly.
Because Will Ferrell can kick up a tune, for sure. You know, so it's like
Step Brothers, you know.
Of course. But yeah. I love you, Blue. I love you. Yeah, my boy.
Yeah, I just love that.
Love it. Number 2, and you kind of touched on it, is just basically the recruitment scene.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I just hear master. And then he's like, look, lady, we're cool. We'll get him back by dinner. I swear I'm not going to kill you, but we'll bring him back by dinner.
If you're telling anybody about this, I'll fucking kill you.
But it just sets the tone at that point. It's like, you know, you're like, okay, we're about to start this fraternity house. We don't know. And bam, it's pledge time.
Right.
It's go time.
You have this van full of savages going out there.
The freaking really Astro van with the spinning tires. I mean, that's metal as possible right there.
Right.
Love it.
This is a great scene.
So good. What do you got for 2?
2, excuse me, I think I want to say it's probably I'll call it Hungry Like a Wolf. The blowjob class that Andy Dick's teaching, right? I kind of touched base on it earlier when he's like grinding the carrot with his teeth. It's like, you only use a little teeth, but you don't want to be a biter. But that's not the best part of it, you know. Of course, the best part of it is when Will Ferrell's character, you know, sees it and misconstrues the situation and attacks him. But I have to point this out. You got this one lady in there, and she gets criticized by Andy Dick. And she's just like the blowjob champ over there. Like, she's just going to town on it. And he's like, what are you, sucking on the teat of the mother wolf, you know? This is a blowjob, not sucking on the teat. Like, I forgot what he called it, but...
so damn funny.
Way to give 110%.
10%, Marissa.
I've just got to play this little scene here because I can't remember it, so...
The secret to a good BJ is focus. I don't care if we're talking about your husband of 10 years or just some hot sailor you met at TGI Fridays a couple months ago, who never did call me back, but did leave me with a little something called herpes, which I then gave to the dog.
Booyah. Yeah, I give the dog herpes. I was like, I got herpes, and then I gave it to the dog. It's just this little teacup. Gave it to the dog. They were wearing matching shirts. Oh yeah.
That's so awesome. Number 1, you know, I could flip-flop this, but I'm just going to keep it where it was. But my honorable mention almost could have been my number 1. Yeah. It's kind of weird, but number 1 is the KY wrestling, the Dust in the Wind, that whole scene. It's sad, but at the same time, it's just a riot.
Yeah.
Because you feel him like, you know, everyone loves Blue in this movie, like, and then, you know, he had one good last look. I guess died a happy man or something. Right. You know, I guess. But yeah, that's one, and I will mention my honorable mention. But what's your number 1?
My number 1 is it's kind of a mix between two things. Obviously, sure. Since you've already mentioned it, I'll say the Master of the Puppets thing, especially when he spears Spanish in the pool. But my other one I'll go with...
okay, that's pretty... Just for the fact that they just refer to the one guy named Spanish, that is racist. There are a couple scenes in the movie, I mean...
The taxi comment at the beginning
there's
of the movie.
There's a couple PC moments in this movie. I'm like, nah, you can't say that either. But...
I don't even think about it that way, but even when I rewatched this last night, it's like, yeah, that wouldn't fly nowadays.
Well, yeah,
he said there is his belt's like tore or whatever. And it's like, my seatbelt's torn. What do you suspect I do? And it's like, what do you? Did he say like, what are you, a faggot or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which would have what to do
something
with
like that,
what would it have to do with finding your seatbelt?
Right, exactly. It's like you're in the back seat. And then smashes his head against the window with the brake stomp.
Like, what a jerk. Ass.
That kind of sets the tone for how Mitch gets dealt with.
He just gets screwed the whole movie, pretty much.
But, shit, I lost my train of thought on that. Sorry. My number 1.
Yeah.
It's when Will Ferrell blacks out during the debate and just annihilates Carvel.
Yeah, CNN, Mr. CNN. And he's just like right at the end, he goes,
and your rebuttal? It's like,
that was absolutely perfect. I got nothing to say.
Yeah.
He's like, in your face, Pritchard.
That's how you debate.
Just suck it, Pritchard.
That was
Oh yeah,
that's perfect. That's a very good one. Yeah.
So yeah, some honorable mentions.
I'll just say my one. And
okay.
The honorable mention I have, like I said, I could have.
Couple.
That's fine. You can take it over. It's at the end of the movie, and it's Will Ferrell going in the grocery store, and he's met by Juliette Lewis, Heidi.
Yeah.
And and she's like, she sees him, and she's like, "Hi, Frank.
You're looking.
I haven't seen you in a long time. You're looking limber." And
like, yeah, I've been working out.
Yeah, she's like, "Well, we're gonna have a little get together this weekend if you want to swing by."
Just with a couple internet friends.
She's like, "Cool."
If that doesn't date the movie.
Yeah, right. But then, so he walks past her. He's like, "Yes," and he's all excited, and he starts, punching a couple things on the food aisle. But what gets me is right at the end, right before he just goes right past the woman, and she's just shopping on the lane, the aisle, and he just turns. He goes, "I'm back," and I just die.
He's like, "I'm back," and then he kicks the cart.
I love it.
All right, so my
order yours.
That was one of my honorable mentions.
Because most people wouldn't maybe pick that up because right when the credits kind of go, but
it's like a little block while the credits are going.
Yeah,
but I got the keep your composure scene when Frank gets burnt up in the suit and everything. You gotta keep your composure. That was a great one.
I mean, I could say the whole tranquilizer thing. He's
that was what my next one was.
Was it with Pepper?
He's like, "Oh, this is cool." He's like,
"Dude, this is the sickest." What do you say about that gun? He's like, "This is like the greatest." Yeah, he's like, "This is the greatest tranquilizer gun in the world."
It's like he's explaining it, and he's like, they say you could take a rhino out with that from 100 yards away, and right as he finishes the sentence, he shoots himself in the jugular with the dart.
Dude, that was awesome.
He's like, "Yes." Just completely Stifler from American Pie character. It's like, yes. He's like,
crazy.
What?
He's crazy, man.
He's like, "You should probably take that out." And he's like, "What? Take what out?" He's like, "You got a fucking dart in your neck." And and it's slowing the speech. It's going into the hole. He's fading out. And he's like, You're crazy. I like you.
and then he falls in the pool.
Right.
And then, there's like this dream sequence, almost like you think he's going to die because he's going to want to go to heaven to see his wife. And he's about to lay a kiss on her. All of a sudden, we just go to reality. And he's like trying to French
CPR from this guy.
Scott, William Scott. He's like, "Oh, he's trying to make out. He's trying to make out with me."
In the ribs and just knocks him back in the
And he goes right back in.
Yeah.
Like, "Dude, trying to make out with me."
Yeah. Another one was obviously seeing Alicia Cuthbert's ass in those I don't even what style of underwear do you call that? I don't even know. Well, yeah. It took me back. I was just like, yeah, I remember that.
Girl next door. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Before we wrap it up, I do want to say that there's some deleted scenes that didn't quite make the cut, and it blew my mind with like how much budget they spend on movies that scenes that just the background and stuff had to cost a shit ton of money.
Probably.
But yeah, there was this whole Speaker City scene. They're going through and talking, and it's set up like it's a whole storefront. You got Speaker City and big neon lights in the background, and they never used it. But one thing that stuck out in particular to me was the scene where Beanie is talking up a girl in front of his little futon or whatever. And it kind of works out in the same way it does in the movie, but she leaves. And then right after she leaves, Mitch comes in, and it's him after the KY thing. And he's got a toilet paper or something shoved up his nose from it bleeding from when he got punched. But in the movie, in the timeline that happened was at Mitchapalooza. But of course, the KY thing happened way later in the party in the movie. But I just thought that was funny.
That is fun, for sure.
But yeah.
I have one little piece of information. piece of important information. I at least think so. I was telling Ron about this. So the house that was used for Old School actually has been in several other movies. Yeah. And this is actually kind of interesting. So the house itself is in South Pasadena, California for Old School. The address, I'm just going to read the streets.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's Bushnell Avenue is this street in Pasadena where the Old School house was filmed. Then a house several yards down the road was filmed for Back to the Future for Lorraine's house in the 50s.
Yeah. And
also Teen Wolf.
Right.
Then there's a couple more houses down the street. One of those was used for George McFly's house in the 50s from Back to the Future. And the house that's like one house over was Biff's house in Back to the Future 2. Then the last thing that wraps up on there's two other houses on the street. And these houses occupied scenes for Ghost Dad. I couldn't believe I found that. It was just one of these, just a random thing that I found.
I wonder if it's like Cinema Street or something like. Also,
you know what I mean? Right. I mean, so you get at least 5 properties that have been filmed on these movies that they even brought up now.
Right. Another thing I'd like to mention is you see a very brief glimpse of a probably one of the hardest working actors. He's got like 176 roles, but Noel Guglielmi or something. I don't remember how to pronounce his name. Yeah. But you know, you remember him from like he played Hector on Fast and the Furious. You've seen this guy. I'll show a little picture here of him. But there's this little scene in the movie where they're like, "Yo, Godfather," and you see him. I think that's the first thing I've ever seen him in.
Yeah.
But he's been in things way before that. But
he was typecasted for most of the things he was in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that dude's like, I've seen him in so much stuff. So like, I haven't seen him in anything where he's like the main character. Right. But I mean, that's kind of, I guess, one of those things. Like,
he's good.
If you want to act, you can act. And I mean,
he was awesome in Training Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good.
That's another great example.
Yeah, perfect. But yeah,
I just thought it was cool that he saw him there.
It's like, what up, man?
But yeah. Did we figure out what we were going to do for next week? I don't remember if we picked it out or not.
I don't know. To the wall. Let's see here.
I'd like to say what we're going to do next week so you guys have something to look forward to, but I don't know. The next one would be music, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh yeah, we're doing Metallica Part 2. That's right. Finally getting up to that. We just want to let it marinate a little bit.
We're gonna get you into the newer stuff.
Yeah,
this is kind of exciting because he hasn't listened to any of that stuff, and I've been begging him for about a year. I just burned the CDs for him.
I kind of stopped after Saint Anger. A lot of you can, you'd understand.
You don't want to hear that snare no more. I don't listen to it much. Re-record it, but yeah, we'll take another avenue into that.
All right,
be good stuff.
Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Check us out, thunderroosterpodcast.com, Instagram's at thunderroosterpodcast, and check out our merch store on our website.
Look at this sweet hoodie. Look at this thing.
Yeah, rocking this.
It's awesome.
But yeah, we hope we see you, or hope we catch you again next week. Please. And be safe out there.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
Later.
Later.